Sorry I didn't do this review weeks ago. I probably should not do this review, but I will try to make this quick. This will be mostly my thoughts more than an actual review, but whatever. Just had shit to do, and I just spaced out. Titans losing to the Jaguars, 21-13, and in the first annual bullshit bowl. Titans are closer to the number 1 overall pick, but other than that, nothing really exciting. Tried to watch this game, I couldn't. I kept falling asleep. Moving on. Redskins defeating the Eagles, 27-24. I couldn't watch this game either in time. And I gotta get this shit going quickly. But all I will say is, Robert Griffin is, from what I understand, is just playing like he's got nothing to lose, and Deshaun Jackson getting his revenge on the Eagles. Didn't really score a touchdown though, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe he did. I don't care. Like I said, I tried watching the games, but Christmas is Christmas. My family, all that bullshit. Don't have time to do all that shit. But anyway, I did watch this game though. Chargers defeating the 49ers, 38-35. Epic fucking comeback for the San Diego Chargers, and the Niners proved why they are no longer in playoff contention, because they keep fucking up in the fourth quarter. That's why the Niners don't deserve to make the playoffs. The Chargers control their own destiny at 9-6. 49ers fall to 7-8. Oh yeah, Eagles are 9-6. They missed the playoffs as well. And the Redskins improved to 4-11. Patriots defeating. No, hold on. Packers. For fuck's sakes. Down. No. I want it up. Packers defeating the Buccaneers, 20-3. Nice, good bounce back game for Aaron Rodgers. Nothing spectacular. And of course the total yards, Packers outgained Tampa 431 to 109. Packers had more rushing yards than the Buccaneers did total yards. Tampa's team. Tampa just sucks. They're just mailing it in at this point. Patriots defeating the Jets. By the way, Packers 11-4, Buccaneers 2-13. Guys, Patriots defeating the Jets 17-16. Jets were up 13-10. Of course, I was rooting for the Jets, even though I took the Patriots for obvious reasons. But of course we all know. Why the Jets are what their record says it is, because they find lots of ways to lose, and the Patriots, they find lots of ways to win. Hey, and it was a close game, but you know what? AFC East, anything can happen, especially between those two teams. Patriots are 12-3, clinch home field advantage, and the Jets are 2-13. They suck. Falcons beating the Saints 30-14. I saw this one coming. I took the Saints, but I had a feeling the Saints were going to lose this game, because that's what this has been. I'm sorry I'm stuttering, but come on. And yeah, the Falcons, they just outplayed the Saints. And the Falcons sweep the Saints for the first time since God knows how long. Because usually either the Saints and the Falcons split, or the Saints sweep the Falcons all together. But not this year. Oh yeah, because the Falcons beat the Saints, the Saints can't clinch the NFC South now, because Carolina beat Cleveland, more on that in a second. But yeah, Falcons still alive for the NFC Sewer Division. Wow. And I do like the touchdown at the end of the game. People are going to be bitching about, well, they're just running up the score. I mean, they rubbed it in. Well, you know what? Defensive players don't really get a chance to score touchdowns. So, no. And besides, it's the fucking Saints. Who cares? Both teams are 6-9. Like I said, the Saints are done. Steelers defeating the Chiefs 20-12. And the Chiefs, well, normally when you talk about the Chiefs, you talk about their wide receivers not scoring touchdowns. This past week, nobody scored touchdowns on the Kansas City Chiefs. Embarrassing. Against the Steelers team that's really not that good. A Steelers defense anyway. I mean, they've got some good players here and there, but every defense has at least one good player. So, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? But in any event, good win by the Pittsburgh Steelers as they set themselves up pretty good for at least a chance to win the AFC North. Whatever their Chiefs are 8-7, and the Chiefs are in big trouble. By the way, the Steelers are in the playoffs, as I mentioned. Whatever. All right, here we go. Panthers defeating the Browns 17-13. Johnny Manziel injures himself and will not play the final regular season game. Hoyer's not going to play either. It's going to be Shaw. Let's see how good he is. But damn, man. And of course, again, no one's going to feel sorry for Johnny Manziel. The guy's a fucking dumb shit. I mean, come on, 10 trademarks. It's one doing the money thing on draft day. It's one thing if you have a good rookie season to earn that right, to be cocky, like a Cam Newton, someone like that. But in Manziel's case, he's a fucking idiot, but I got a feeling that Manziel's going to be competing for the starting job and possibly winning it in 2015. Fuck's sakes. Panthers, and it's not like, and Cam Newton didn't play all that great, but then again, to be fair though, he played good enough for a guy recovering from a fucking car accident. But, in any event, Panthers 6-8-1, and the Browns suck. Again, they're 7-8. One of their better seasons, which is kind of sad in recent memory, but whatever. Moving on. Lions defeating the Bears 20-14. So the Bears, they pull Jimmy Clausen and they still lose. Oh, but it was a close game and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's because the Lions were not wasting their good stuff for horrible teams like Chicago, okay? Get the fuck out of here and shut the fuck up. Oh, and Jimmy Clausen got himself a concussion, which means Chicago fans have to deal with Jay Cutler for one more week. The only good news is that they're on the road, so the pain won't be so bad. But I hope Cutler leads the Bears to victory to fuck up Chicago's draft picks, because they fucking deserve it. Whatever there. But back to the Lions for a moment. Stafford didn't play all that great. The Lions 3 turnovers, and they still win the game. Whatever there. Lions are 11-4, and the Bears 5-10. Dolphins defeating the Vikings 37-35 in what has turned out to be a meaningless game. Miami 23 points in the fourth quarter. Vikings 18 points in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter was really exciting in general. But like I said, meaningless victory for the Dolphins because they're now out of the playoffs. How did they win? And how did the Dolphins win the game? By blocking a punt into the end zone for a safety. Tough break for the Vikings, though, as they fall to 6-9. And here's why the Dolphins' victory is meaningless: because the Houston Texans defeated the Baltimore Ravens. And I think there was another game that was meaningless as well. Whatever. Wow. Flacco played like shit. You know, this is where they pay him the big bucks to sink and swim in crunch time with the playoff spot on the line. The Ravens may have blown it. And J.J. Watt having another awesome day. What else is there to say? They didn't run the ball. I mean, they couldn't because they were behind. Okay, here we go. Dallas beating the fuck out of the Colts, 42-7. What can I say about the Colts? They got exposed. It's just simple as that. They got exposed. They are not that good a football team. They're definitely not a Super Bowl team. And the Dallas Cowboys, they could very well be a Super Bowl team. Not only a Super Bowl team, but a Super Bowl championship team. One rushing yard for Indianapolis. That's how bad it was. The only touchdown that was scored by the Colts was a Matt Hasselbeck touchdown pass, and so Andrew Luck got shut out this week, this past week, whatever. Tony Romo had himself a pretty good fucking day, and DeMarco Murray still playing like DeMarco Murray plays. Whatever. Oh, here we go. Giants defeat the Rams 37-27. I mean, I'm not gonna go too much on this game because both teams are out of playoff contention. But Odell Beckham does it again, and holy shit! And the Rams defense, which is a fucking nasty defense, trying to get in the head of Odell Beckham Jr. And obviously, it didn't work. All they did was cost themselves 15 yards every time they got in his face or whatever the fuck. A fight broke out, and it's like, wow. So, Giants, both teams are 6-9. Rams, you suck. End of story. Here we go. Upset of the day. Raiders defeating the Buffalo Bills 26-24. Let me say this about David Carr. I like David Carr. I've seen some of his throws that he made, and I was like, wow, this guy is a star. This guy is going to be a good quarterback. I mean, he's not afraid to take a chance. Could have had a beautiful touchdown, but the receiver dropped it and couldn't hold on. Just simple as that. And wow. And Kyle Orton, well, he does it again. When a playoff spot is on the line, he could not handle the pressure. And of course, when you don't handle the pressure, you're gonna suck. 26-24, but it wasn't that fucking close. I mean, get out of here. Buffalo is done, 8-7. Raiders improved to 3-12. Here we go. Seahawks defeating the Cardinals 35-6. Russell Wilson played possibly his best game ever against the Cardinals, and that includes the 58-0 blowout victory 2 years ago. Because that game had nothing to do with Russell Wilson, it had to do with Robert Turbin and Marshawn Lynch. This game had everything to do with Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch. Seahawks, of course, 267 yards rushing. Marshawn Lynch is still a fucking beast. Oh my god. That fucking touchdown. Oh god. Not as exciting as the one back in 2010 in the wild card round against the Saints, but pretty fucking close. Holy shit. That was one of a touchdown. It was a pretty close game though, but the only reason why it was close, it was 14-3 throughout. In fact, 14-6 at the end of the third quarter. But the only reason why it was 14-6 was because Steven Hauschka, usually a good kicker, misses 3 field goals. It would have been a whole hell of a lot worse. But the reason why the Cardinals lost by a significant amount is because of the fact that they started Ryan Lindley. Fucking A. Seahawks improved. Both teams are 11-4. Seahawks now hold the tiebreaker over Arizona because they sweep the Cardinals. Finally. Should have swept them last year, but whatever. And here we go. Bengals defeating the Broncos 37-28. Speaking of teams getting exposed, here's the problem with the Broncos. Denver just cannot beat the good football teams. And Cincinnati is a good football team. Granted, the Bengals were at home. Jeremy Hill got going again. Gave up that's the thing. Ran 80 yards all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. It looked like Denver was going to win the game. With that Andy Dalton interception. They could have the crowd would have went home early. But no, Denver had to let the crowd back in it with that Jeremy Hill touchdown run. And then after that, shit, it was over till it was bad. It was 20-7 at halftime. Denver got going in the third quarter, and then the rain happened. Denver could not, and Peyton Manning could not do anything after that. Threw one ill-advised interception trying to throw Demaryius Thomas, but of course the defender was there. Cincinnati just kicked Denver's ass. Simple as that. Am I happy about it? Fuck no. But like I said, our Broncos cannot beat the good football teams. Well, my Broncos anyway. Not everybody's a fan of the Broncos. But that's the problem. They just can't beat the good football teams. 4 losses. Of course, one of them was to a bad football team in the Rams, but the Patriots, Seattle, and now Cincinnati, I'm worried about Cincinnati. And then you got the role that Pittsburgh's on. I'm worried about Pittsburgh as well. I mean, give me a break. So yeah, if Denver does not figure this shit out soon, they're going to have an early exit in the postseason. Yes, the Broncos have some injuries on defense, but you know what? Every team has to go through injuries at one point. Simple as that. So, by the way, 12-4, my best week ever, this year anyway. Try to do better than next week, if that is possible. Till next time, later, fuckers.